Hello everybody and welcome to the All About Health podcast. My name is Georgia Overbeck and I am your host, and today's episode is super exciting because not only is this going to be on audio platforms, so Spotify and Apple Podcasts as it usually is, today I also have our podcast on YouTube for you. So now it is in video form. I'm so excited. I want to say a huge thank you to my sister Daisy for helping me set this up. I am using her camera because I am recording the podcast on my phone. So welcome if you're here from YouTube, and if you're not, you can just check out my YouTube channel, which is my name, Georgia Overbeck, and you'll be able to see the video version of me there. I know some people prefer to watch podcasts rather than listen to them, so you can kind of see what the host is saying and their mannerisms and everything. I definitely talk with my hands a lot, so you're probably going to notice that in this video if you're watching it on YouTube. Now, let's just talk about what today's podcast episode is going to be all about. And I'm going to talk about my current fitness routine, the workouts that I'm doing, what a week of working out and fitness looks like for me right now, currently. This changes all the time and it's different every single day, but I kind of want to go through an average week about what fitness will look like for me to hopefully inspire you or motivate you, or maybe you'll just learn something from this podcast episode. But before we actually get into the topic of today's episode, we have to talk about our quote of the week. And as always, this comes from Pinterest, and the original person who wrote it is Dan Go. Their username is FitFounder. I think they're also on Instagram because I think it's just like an Instagram quote thing that has been screenshotted and posted to Pinterest. But nevertheless, it is a very good quote, and it is the quote of the week. So I'm going to read it now. It says, "It takes 21 days to start a habit, 12 weeks to find a groove, 6 months to lock it down, 1 year to crave it, 2+ years to make it part of your identity. When you set a habit, these are your milestones." I wanted this to be the quote of the week because I talk a lot about habits on this podcast. And I think that a lot of people say that it can be easy to start a habit, but I think that it can be easy in some ways, but it's also going to be something that you have to do for a long time and be very consistent with. As it says in this quote, it takes 21 days to actually start a habit, to have it, whatever you're trying to do as a habit, and then 12 weeks to actually find a groove and to start be a little bit easier, and then 6 months to actually have like it locked down, know what you're doing, a year to crave it. This is something big that I actually wanted to talk about going into this podcast episode talking about fitness. And I think that this quote actually goes really well with the topic of fitness, because that's often a habit that people want to start, is working out, being more active, getting more steps, whatever it is in the fitness realm. And so, as this quote says, it takes a little while to actually get comfortable having fitness or whatever it is as your habit. And so the one part I want to talk about this is how it says 1 year to crave it. So I do want to say that fitness to me is never I'm not going to say never, but it's not a chore. It's not something that I hate. I look forward to working out. I love working out. It makes me feel so good. Most days, if I don't work out or if I haven't worked out all day, I don't feel like myself. I don't know who I am. I'm like, what even is this day? And that kind of goes into the part where it says 1 year to crave it. I remember the first weekend in my life where I was like, you know what, I really want to work out right now, because we had our fitness classes Monday to Friday. This is when we were in Ontario, when we ran our gym. And so Monday to Friday, we would have all of our workout classes. We'd be working out 3 to 4 hours a day because we had our gym going. And I remember one weekend, I decided I wanted to work out on the weekend as well, and I was like, wow, this is weird of me, but like very cool, because it had become such a big part of my lifestyle. And so yeah, that's kind of off topic, but something that I wanted to mention. And so going back to the quote where it says, when you set a habit, these are your milestones. Think about when you want to start a new habit. I can use fitness as an example because that is what this episode is going to be about. If you set a goal that you want to start working out 3 times a week or 5 times a week or whatever it is, just keep in mind these different dates and set them as goals. So say once you reach 21 days, then it has become your consistent habit. Once you've been doing it for 12 weeks, it should start to be a little bit easier, that type of thing. You can go back to the beginning and listen to it again and kind of have those times set as goals as well. Now that we have done our segment of the week, let's actually get into today's episode. So I'm going to be taking you Monday to Sunday, a full week in my life of my workouts and my fitness routine. I do a lot of working out in the week because it is part of my job, so just keep that in mind. Please don't compare yourself or feel bad if you don't work out as much as I do. This is just me sharing my experience, hoping to inspire you or motivate you or help you learn something in some way, so just please keep that in mind. So starting off with Monday, and also something before we get into this too is that every week is different, every day is different, but this is again kind of like an average day in my life, and I'll tell you if there's usually anything different that happens. So starting off with Monday, usually right now that is my leg day. So I'll do butt and legs on Monday usually. And so what this will look like for me is I'll be doing things like squats, deadlifts, hip thrusts. So those are my compound movements. If you don't know what compound movements are, it's pretty much exercises that are working your entire body or they require a lot of force. And so those are things like squats, deadlifts, hip thrusts, as I was mentioning before. So those are all lower body exercises that I do on my leg and butt days. Then I also do sumo squats, calf raises, reverse lunge, single leg deadlifts, leg press, hip extension, quad extension, and single leg hip thrust. And I'm not going to share the exact rep ranges because if you want to see that, you can see it on my Instagram probably or my YouTube channel. But those are the movements that I do, and often sometimes I'll change up the reps and sets and everything like that as well. So in those exercises, I am working my quads, my butt, my hamstrings, my calves, my inner thighs. I used to have specific days for like quads and hamstrings and then butt and calves and all that stuff, but because we have more time now before our live workouts, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, I prefer to have a little bit longer workouts. So usually this takes me about an hour to do, and I'll go through all of those exercises, and I love it. I love working legs and butt. I love the pump. I love the feeling of it when you're squatting or when you're hip thrusting. Like, those are just such good feelings to me. So I do love a good leg day. And then that's my first workout of Monday. And then my second one is we have our live Ultimate Fit Dance workout on Facebook. So if you did not know, my mom and I are online fitness coaches, and so we do a lot of our coaching through social media, so things like Facebook, Instagram. And so on Facebook we have our live workouts, and on Mondays our workouts are public. So we have two, well, I guess my mom has one Facebook page that is public, open to anybody to see, and then we have our private coaching group. On Monday, we do our live workouts, so anybody can join, and we are wearing our fit boots. If you don't know what fit boots are, they are rebounding boots, almost like, what's it called? Some people compare them to like roller blades or roller skates. But if you kind of think about it, if you've seen those on TikTok or Facebook or different video websites and things like that, where people do choreographed dances on little mini trampolines, we're kind of doing that, but in boots. And we've been doing it for over 10 years. It's really fun. And so myself and my mom, we choreograph dances to different songs, and we have these dances that we do for an hour. And we have different dances to songs from like Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, some 80s songs, some country songs. We have them all over, different genres and things like that. But yeah, so we do 1 hour of Ultimate Fit Dance live on Mondays. And then moving on to Tuesday. Now, so we go live every single day, Monday to Friday. So 5 days a week, we are live for our coaching clients. I told you this was going to be all over the place, so please stick with me here. So on Tuesdays, we have a strength class that is live. So it swaps for me, my workouts. Instead of doing a cardio and a strength, I do a strength and a cardio. So it's just backwards, just mixed up. I hope that this is making sense. But on Tuesday, so I'll do a cardio workout, which will either be a run, a HIIT workout, or a walk. And I did a whole podcast episode about running and my tips for running and my journey and how I got started and what I would tell somebody when they're just starting out. So if you have not listened to that yet, then please go back and listen to that, because I talk a lot about running in that episode. So if you're interested, make sure to go check it out. Now, if I do a HIIT workout, usually I'll just write it on the spot. I don't really need to prepare that in advance. It's kind of easy for me. I actually did a HIIT workout this most recent Tuesday, and I posted it to my Instagram. So if you want to check that out, my Instagram is linked down below. And then I just do a walk. You know, it's just a walk. I try to keep a steady pace, so it's not like a leisurely walk, because again, I'm doing cardio here, so I'm trying to go a little bit fast, work up a sweat. But yeah, so that would be my first workout of the Tuesday. And then we have our strength workout after that. And these are the workouts that my mom writes. So every week she provides strength workouts for our online coaching clients. And so it could be anything from upper body, lower body, boot camp, HIIT, circuit. They're all over the place. They're awesome. Her workouts are really, really great. And that would be it for Tuesday. Moving on to Wednesday, we are back to same schedule as Monday, so a strength and a cardio workout. So usually on Wednesdays, I'll do an upper body workout, so shoulders and chest is what I've been doing recently. So in this one, I'll do bench press, incline press, Arnold press, side lateral raise, push-ups, shoulder press, chest fly, rear delt raise, pullovers, upright row, reverse pec deck, machine chest press, all of those good things. And again, if you're interested and if you're like, I don't know what those are, then I post a lot about my workouts again on my social media, so definitely make sure to check that out. But I'm focusing on my chest and shoulders, so I'll work on my front shoulder and then my shoulder cap side muscle, and then my rear delts as well. And this is just helping to make my shoulders nice and round and big and muscular. That's what I'm going for. And I really love working chest, especially recently since we have just joined a new gym, working at the Magnum gym. It's called All Elite. And I have access to a regular barbell again, which I've really been enjoying, because when we were in Hawaii, we went to Planet Fitness and they did not have regular barbells. They only really had Smith machine, which is good and it works, but I've really been enjoying having the regular barbell again for things like deadlifts and chest press, like bench press. So that's been really great. And then my second workout on Wednesday is, again, an Ultimate Fit Dance class. This time, this one is private, so we're doing it in our private Facebook group for our coaching clients. Moving on to Thursday, we're going back to, again, like Tuesday, where we do cardio and then our live strength workout. So again, I'll either do a run, HIIT workout, or walk, and we have our live strength workout after that. And then moving on to Friday, I have currently in my program back, biceps, and triceps. So this time I'm working on my rear delts again, lats, traps, and then biceps and triceps as well. And while I'm working biceps and triceps, that is working my forearms. So my exercises that I'm doing on this day are face pull, tricep push down, seated cable row, lat pull down, wide grip inverted rows, cable bicep curl, upright row, bicep curl, hammer curl, skull crusher, overhead tricep, tricep kickbacks, and tricep dips. Now again, these might sound like a lot of exercises to be doing per workout. I used to do a lot less than this. Like I would do 5 or 6 exercises per workout. But the nice thing is that we have, again, as I was saying, more time now. When we were in Hawaii, our classes were at 11:35 a.m. because of the time difference and everything. And often we went to the gym before that in the mornings, just because that's the time that we prefer. But now, coming here to BC, our classes are at 2:35 p.m. So we have so much more time at the gym or to do what we want in the mornings, and I love it. I love having that extra time and being able to take my time over at the gym. So again, just keep that in mind. So again, back to this workout, I'm working back, bis, and tris. And I really try, especially in my, well, I guess all the time, but I was gonna say especially in my upper body days, I try to make sure that I am pushing myself with my weights and having correct form. But honestly, that is any day that I'm doing strength workouts. I'm trying to have best form and push myself with the weights. And then after that, we have our Ultimate Fit Dance class, which again is private. And so that is my Monday to Friday workout schedule. Now, heading into the weekend, we don't have any live workouts. So I am really free to do whatever I want, workout and fitness wise, on the weekends. I can work out, I don't have to. I can see how my body's feeling if I want to work out. Again, kind of going back to that, our quote of the podcast, how it said after about a year you start to crave it. I have been working out for many years. I don't even know how many now, but my body craves working out. And so I have said this before, I do some sort of movement every single day. So usually my weekend workouts could be running, it could be strength training, it could be walking, swimming, biking, whatever I am feeling like. If I go to the gym, I do have a 4th day in my program, which is back and glutes. So back and glutes is kind of my main focus right now of body parts that I want to grow, get stronger, and tone up, quote unquote. So if I'm doing back and glutes, then the exercises that I'm doing, I first start with back, and I'll be doing pretty much all of the same exercises as I did on my back, bicep, and tricep workout. So that is face pulls, wide grip inverted rows, lat pull down, seated cable row, single arm cable row, bent over row, and single arm row. I showed this most recently in my YouTube video, my most recent YouTube video, so definitely make sure to check that out if you want to see what those look like and kind of a demonstration. And then I'll move on to glutes after that. So I'm going to be doing hip thrusts, squats, reverse lunge, step ups, sumo deadlift, and cable kickback. Those are all of my planned / scheduled workouts that I do in a week. Now, because we're mainly talking about fitness and actual workouts, I didn't include in this podcast if I go for daily walks or anything like that, which I do. I love walking. I've talked about this so much, and I try to make sure to get at least 10,000 steps a day. That is a non-negotiable for me, and often to get that I will go for an evening or a morning walk. That is definitely part of my fitness routine. And with that, I'm going to end off this episode here. A few things I wanted to mention before I do end it off though is if you are interested in our online fitness coaching, because I did talk a lot about it in this episode, then you can message either myself or my mom on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you can message. Send us a message and we'll definitely, we'd love to chat more about online fitness coaching. And then also, if you want to check out more about my workouts and fitness routine, I post a lot about it again on my YouTube and my Instagram, which are both linked down below and are both my name, George Overbeck. That is my username and my YouTube channel name. So definitely make sure to check that out. If you enjoyed this episode, if you learned something, then I hope that you are able to to give this video a like if you're on YouTube, and if you are listening to it on Spotify or Apple, if you would leave a rating, I would so appreciate that. And if you want to, you can always screenshot this and share it to your Instagram story. That would be absolutely amazing, and I would be so appreciative, so thank you if you do. Again, thank you for watching or for listening. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I hope to see you in my next one.